What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I'm your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourself a fantastic night. We're here a little bit after 7:30. Not a live video, but going to post this bad boy as soon as I can, so love to hear from you. We're heading into week 3. 2-0. I hear the complaints. We talk about it all on Victory Monday. We talked about it on the post-game show. Yes, believe it or not, when people are doing something for the first time, it sometimes takes time to develop into that role. So if you have a new offensive coordinator, you have some new players, things may take time. But do not fear. We are not the media here. So we're excited, and we're ready to see this team go back-to-back. I know that much. So I don't know how you guys feel about this team, but I'm pumped up, ready to get into week 3. A tough opponent here with the LA Rams. So we're going behind enemy lines. We're going to learn everything about them, how they're doing so far this year, what their team looks like, their coaching staff, their injuries, everything you need to know, even their practice squad. I've got all that information here for you tonight. But let me move this camera. I don't know what I did there. But anyways, I appreciate you all taking the time here, hitting the like button, sharing, subscribing, all the things you do to support the channel. Let's get right into this bad boy. And we're going to start it off with a little bit of news. If you missed it yesterday, Lewis Cine was released from IR. You heard me saying that the first time he got waived injured. They get placed back on IR if they do not get claimed. He didn't. So once they get healthy, they usually get let go with an injury settlement. That's what happened today for him. So free agent, ready to sign wherever he would like. Hell, maybe even goes to the Eagles practice squad, whatever he wants to do. Now, for the Rams, a little bit of news here, and much bigger news. Ahkello Witherspoon, their corner, is now going to miss about 3 months here, it seems. And that sucks. Broken clavicle there. And he is definitely a big part of the defense, so that sucks for them. They went ahead and made a signing today, right after this news here. You get Trey Brown, who was with the Seahawks for the first few years of his career here, now joining the Rams. I did see he was with the Niners for a minute there, but predominantly with the Seahawks, if you remember him. But that's the news around both teams here. Let's jump right into this bad boy. And anything you guys have on your mind, anything you guys have questions, whatever it is, score predictions, I'd love to hear from you. But we're going to take a look at this team, get to know them. And we talked about the Eagles yesterday, and I will incorporate stuff. Tomorrow will be the initial injury report. Then on Thursday, you'll have the top matchup. So always update you with the Eagles, but I like to get this time right here to get to know the opponent. So let's do that and take a look at how this team has done so far. 2-0, but find themselves third in their division because, well, the Niners and Jonathan Gannon and the Cardinals are 2-0 as well. Seahawks right behind them at 1-1. And take this all with a grain of salt, man. We are 2 weeks in. I know a lot of the media and fans want to jump ship already and lose their mind about stuff. But believe it or not, there are plenty of weeks left of football. I can't wait for the next few months here. Now, the Rams team itself, how they've done, they've been pretty potent on offense. Look, Matthew Stafford, a damn good quarterback, got good receivers there. Not, middle of the pack run game, but you got some good damn running backs. And again, take all this stuff with a grain of salt. Gave up 2 sacks per game there. You can see not turning the ball over too much, tied middle of the pack. But then on the defensive side of the ball, number 1 in points allowed, 4th in total yardage allowed. So doing damn good there. 4th against the pass, middle of the pack against the run. 4 sacks per game. That's tied for 2nd. Getting some interceptions there, tied for 11th. So tied for 7th in turnovers overall here. The Rams have been showing that they are pissed and ready to rock and roll. We know who eliminated them last year in the playoffs, a team that was, finding their way here. And I think a lot of people sleep on this team. They forget about this team, but I think a really, really good team. And the Eagles aren't going to be sleeping. And I hear people talking like we are the underdog here, and that's fine. I understand what the stats say. But, man, it's a good team. Let's not get it twisted. And, Sean McVay, one of the brightest minds in football. He's got Mike LaFleur there with him. Now he's got Chris Shula there as the defensive coordinator. We talked about him a couple years ago when we were looking for a DC and one of his friends there. And then you've got Chase Blackburn, who I grew up watching play special teams. So a young crew there, but they are a good crew. And, look, they're going to bring their A game. And we know, that was a damn close game last year. So bring it, baby. I'm all about it. But let's take a look at what has changed since we saw them in the playoffs. And, well, you do have some big moves here. So let's take a look at what they did in the offseason here And you can see, obviously, Cooper Kupp gone, Demarcus Robinson, Tyler Johnson, but you replace those receivers with Davante Adams, which he showed up last week. I think he had like 6 catches, 106 yards, and a touchdown. So he came to play. You could see some other offensive pieces, a bunch of offensive linemen there, a tight end, but they added a bunch of offensive linemen. And then you could see on the defensive side of the ball, you lost some D tackles, a couple edge guys, a couple linebackers, a safety. You added Poona Ford and Nate Lamb in there in free agency. But this is a team, just like the Eagles, we're drafting and having pieces in place, well knowing that a lot of these people are going to leave on one-year contracts or the contracts are up, whatever. Being ahead of the game, less need likes to be. So, no doubt. But in the draft, they also added some pieces. And, when you can draft well, that is the way to do it. Now, Terrence Ferguson, decent pick there. Hasn't panned out just yet for them. But look, these are all rookies. Josiah Stewart, a great pick out of Michigan. Jarquez Hunter out of Auburn, a good pick for them. Ty Hamilton, Chris Paul Jr., and then Kanata Mumfield, you can see. So they've got themselves, I think, an interesting draft here. Only 6 picks. Obviously did not have a first-round pick. So I think, for me, a good draft, and I'm looking forward to seeing if this team, any of these young pieces really make any kind of, impact here. But I think, Chris Paul here, he left. That's the one piece that's not on this team. He actually went to the Seahawks. He didn't make the team. So no doubt. But other than that, good picks here. And let's take a look at what all these pieces look like. And it'll all be color-coded, all that. Now, the injury list, just showed you earlier, Ahkello Witherspoon going to miss, maybe 3 months here. But that is not the whole season. So you've got, some time here. Hopefully he gets healthy for the playoffs for them. Then Keir Thomas here, missing the whole season. So one of their edge guys, it's a depth piece here, not a big deal for them. Unfortunate for the kid. Hopefully he, gets healthy, and good luck to his career. Now, you're not going to see those 2 names on this depth chart. So let's get into this. Take a look. And obviously the quarterback, running back, still the same. Kyron Williams, Blake Corum, nice 1-2 punch there. Davante Adams with Puka Nacua, Atwell. And then you've got Whittington, Xavier Smith back there, the rookie Mumfield. So you've got some good receivers, man, and it's going to be a good test for the Philadelphia Eagles. Higbee, Parkinson, Davis Allen. I think Parkinson was banged up. So Terrence Ferguson did get a little bit of play last week, but you can see him at the back of the depth chart there, their first pick of the draft. And their line, only thing that's changed here, we have Coleman Shelton there at center, and they might have switched their left guard, but Larrick Jackson at left tackle. You got Questenberry and Humphreys there as depth. You can see Limmer, Diedick, Warren, McClendon as well. That is the Rams offense. And then on to the defense. Remember, Witherspoon just placed on IR. So Kobe Durant, Emmanuel Forbes, Quentin Lake there going to be the corners. And then Darius Williams, Trey Brown, the newly acquired corner, and then Josh Wallace. So you've got some depth. Cam Curl and Kinchins. Then you've got Jalen McCullough as safety. So that's the secondary. But we know this front, man. Now, adding Nate Lamb to, fill in for Roseboom there, I think a good addition. Lamb was definitely one of the names, I think, that was slept on in free agency. Did really well for the Falcons when asked to step in. They got Spate still, brought back Troy Reeder, the rookie Sean Dolak, an undrafted kid. And then you've just got some effing monsters here. And Byron Young, oh my, with, Jared Verse. Those 2 on the edge is quite a nasty combination. I really hope this, Eagles team brings their A game. And I'm not saying they won't, just going to be a tough task. And, with Fisk and Turner still there, and now you bring in Poona Ford. You lost Bobby Brown, but added Poona Ford, drafted Ty Hamilton. We talked about the rookie on the edge, Josiah Stewart. So you've got some badass dudes on this line, and the Eagles' offensive line going to have a tough test here. So looking forward to this, a damn good defense. But I think the Eagles can take advantage of those corners there. Emmanuel Forbes, might see him crying on the sideline again. Let's get this pass game going. Now, special teams area, you got Cardi, Evans, Ward, Xavier Smith is punt returner, Jordan Whittington kick returning. You got Corum back there as well. Mumfield can return if needed. So you've got a decent return game. This is a good team, ladies and gentlemen. And let's not forget about that practice squad. So they can elevate any of these two players for this game on Sunday. You could see Ronnie Rivers, True Edwards, and Brennan Presley there as receivers. Mark Redmond, AJ Akuri, Wyatt Bowles. Hey, Dylan McMahon, the Eagles draft pick from last year on their practice squad. So doesn't look like we really missed much. Heflin and Morton there, interior D lineman. Jameel Muhammad. You got Elias Neal, linebacker. Cam Lampkin. Hey, wait a AJ Green, right? That's weird, right? Because we got their Lampkin as well, the center. Weird. Anyways, Tanner Engel, Nate Balsarell, no doubt. So that is their practice squad. That is the Los Angeles Rams and what they've got going on so far in 2025. Love to hear your thoughts on this, how you think this team looks, how you think the Eagles match up with them. Obviously, I'll have the initial injury report. You'll get updates every day after that. Tomorrow, that'll be out. Thursday, you'll get that updated injury report with the top matchups for this game. We'll break this game down. Friday, you'll get the game status report. Saturday will be the practice squad elevations. You'll get some live shows in between there. But I hope to see you then. And, of course, Sunday, I will be live from the link for the pregame show. Hope to talk to you in the parking lot or wherever post-game as well. So, yeah, I'm getting excited for this game. Getting antsy, just knowing I'm going. Been feeling really under the weather. So I got a few days to try to turn things around here. We'll see how that goes. But I love each and every one of you, and I thank you for taking the time. If you got anything from this, do me a favor, hit that like button, share this bad boy, subscribe, hype, whatever you're doing, all of it. I can't thank you enough, and it really does mean the world that you're doing that stuff. So thank you. Let's have it go. But, yeah, that's all I've got for you. You guys know if you need anything, it does not have to be about the birds. I am always here for you as you are for me. But until next time, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all stay safe out there, and as always, go Birds!